Title: In Search of Balance, a case study on leadership communication and gun control in Canada. This case study delves into a compelling open letter addressed to Mr. Marco Mendicino, a figure dedicated to public safety and the well-being of Canadians. In the heart of the letter lies a complex, emotionally charged issue: gun control. Through its respectful and insightful approach, this letter serves as a unique exploration of leadership psychology principles, conflict resolution strategies, and negotiation tactics. It illustrates how one can advocate for their beliefs, even in contentious areas, while acknowledging and respecting the opposing perspectives. This case study will highlight how the letter communicates these elements and fosters an environment conducive to open dialogue and constructive discussion. In doing so, it encapsulates a variety of leadership lessons, inspiring readers to act authentically and lead effectively, regardless of the challenges they may face. Dear Mr. Mendicino, we write to you today with deep respect for your dedication to public safety and the well-being of our fellow Canadians. We understand that the issue of gun control is a complex and emotionally charged one, with strong arguments on both sides. However, we believe that there is a unique aspect to the Canadian experience which should be considered when evaluating the overall impact of firearms in our society. Throughout history, there have been ongoing instances of mass atrocities committed by oppressive regimes, often correlating to gun control legislation enhancements. We acknowledge that Canada has been fortunate enough not to face such dire circumstances, and we attribute this, in part, to the responsible gun ownership culture within our nation. Our firearms owners, although not directly involved in public safety as law enforcement or military personnel, as is done in other countries like in Europe, contribute to a broader sense of security and vigilance that permeates our communities. Furthermore, they may one day become public safety, military, or police volunteers or members in the future, further strengthening our nation's safety. It's important to strike a balance when it comes to gun control. An absence of guns is not ideal, just as an oversaturated market, such as in the United States, can lead to negative consequences. Canada has managed to find a centrist approach, which has proven to be effective thus far in maintaining public safety. Now, here's where the irony comes in. It's quite interesting that you, Mr. Mendicino, embody many of the admirable qualities we associate with responsible firearms owners: tenacity, spirit, warrior ethos, and military resolve, unwavering commitment to the well-being of Canadians. Yet, you've been working to disarm the very group that shares these attributes, exposing our country to a great risk of national security, national safety, recreational business failure, hunting community failure, sports shooting failure, firearms business failure, tourism business failure, domestic security first potential failure, and budget failure due to the need to compensate confiscation practices. This non-centrist approach to gun ownership is setting the tone of Canadian society as one of the government versus the people, instead of the government of and with the people. We do not need the gun policy of the United States, or the gun policy of Russia or of China. Our moderate approach, that we have now, is far superior to those extreme positions and results. We reach out to you with sincere respect and a subtle wink, acknowledging that we may not always see eye to eye on this matter. Nevertheless, we recognize and appreciate the qualities that you share with our finest gun owners, sports shooters, hunters, soldiers, and police officers. It is our hope that, as we continue this dialogue, we can find common ground and work together to ensure a safe and prosperous future for all Canadians, while appreciating the irony that life often presents. Sincerely, Skills Gap Trainer. Strengths of the letter: empathy and respect. The letter opens with an acknowledgement of Marco Mendicino's dedication to public safety, showing respect and understanding for his position. This establishes a constructive tone for the conversation and opens up an opportunity for receptive dialogue. Balanced perspective. The letter emphasizes the complexity of the issue at hand, demonstrating an understanding of both sides of the argument. This shows a balanced perspective in an attempt to avoid any extreme stance. Acknowledgement of unique circumstances. The letter acknowledges the unique circumstances of Canada, highlighting the responsible gun ownership culture and how it contributes to security and vigilance. This showcases a nuanced understanding of the country's situation. Promotion of dialogue. The letter ends on a note of hope for continued dialogue and finding common ground. This encourages an ongoing conversation, further promoting leadership principles of open communication. Weaknesses of the letter. Specifics and evidence. While the letter mentions the potential consequences of stricter gun control, it lacks specific examples or evidence to back up these claims. This could weaken its argument and make it seem more speculative than factual. Assumed irony. The letter assumes a sense of irony that Mendicino might not necessarily share, asserting that his admirable qualities are typically associated with responsible firearm owners. It might not resonate with Mendicino if he doesn't agree with this viewpoint. Complexity of issue. While the letter acknowledges the complexity of the issue, it simplifies the problem to a degree by focusing mainly on responsible gun ownership as the core issue. This overlooks other factors contributing to public safety and the challenges of gun control. Leadership lessons. Embrace open communication. The letter promotes the importance of open dialogue and willingness to understand other perspectives, even in the face of disagreement. This is a crucial aspect of authentic leadership. Balance in decision-making. The letter demonstrates the need for balance when making policy decisions, reflecting an important principle of leadership and management. Respect and empathy. The respectful tone and the empathy expressed in the letter can serve as a reminder for leaders to always approach disagreements with understanding and respect. Advocacy. The letter also teaches the lesson of standing for one's beliefs and advocating for them in a constructive and respectful manner. This is a crucial part of leadership. Authenticity. The letter emphasizes the importance of being true to oneself and one's values, a key principle of authentic leadership. In conclusion, this letter serves as a case study for leadership communication, negotiation, conflict resolution, and advocacy. It exhibits the need for respect and understanding, even when facing opposition, and the importance of balance in decision-making. However, it also highlights the need for substantiating claims with evidence and the potential pitfalls of oversimplifying complex issues.